Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Thomas Rants YouTube channel. Second video of the day, SmackDown reactions. Just got finished watching it, and I'm a bit on the fence. Quite a bit. Let's talk about it. First, we kick off with our first last time's now tournament match of the night, but the third quarterfinal match. And it was Jey Uso versus Rusev. Now, I was mad that Jey Uso got to this position, because who did he beat to get there? The Miz. Would have made sense if The Miz had won that match, given that he has way more history with John Cena. We don't need... I get Jey Uso's a star, and you want to make him a star, but we don't need that win. But he's here anyway. And Rusev, although I wanted Damian Priest to win, I'm not mad, because Rusev did make more sense. And then Rusev dominated this match for about 5 minutes, and then Jey Uso came out of nowhere, and spear, splash, win. Now, they might be trying to build a story there, because he's literally replicating with John Cena, but just coming back to life and winning in 5 seconds. But that is disgraceful. Don't squash Rusev like that. Don't dare put Jey Uso in the semi-finals, because guess what? In that semi-finals, we now have Jey Uso and LA Knight. Jey Uso is going to the finals of this tournament, which means he is that close to winning this tournament. And I will be so fucking mad, like genuinely. I could stop watching the product because of that. Like, that is so annoying. Like, it's not just that I'm being a Jey Uso hater, and I disagree with how well they're pushing him. I disagree with some opportunities he's getting. But it's the sheer fact of it doesn't make sense. There is literal better opportunities. There is one chance. This isn't the Royal Rumble winner for this year, and because we can get over that. There's plenty of the Royal Rumbles. This is once in a lifetime. Every person only has one last ever match. This is John Cena's last ever match. The greatest wrestler of all time. This is his last ever match. And you're putting potentially someone in there that we don't want in there. A lot of times we don't want in certain matches, and you keep doing it, and you're putting them in this match. It's not going to happen. I won't allow it. I won't allow it. I'll burst my way into headquarters, and I won't allow it. That made me mad. Then when we get the second match was LA Knight versus Mystery Opponent, because Sheamus was injured. Now, there was 2 ways of going about this. Like I said in previous episodes, either Sheamus' injury is legit, they've not planned this, and they have to just pull someone from the roster and say, look, we need you to fill in this spot in the match. Either LA Knight was meant to win, and he will continue to win, or Sheamus was meant to win, and maybe they'll have LA Knight win as a substitute, or maybe that new superstar will win. Or Sheamus' injury was planned, and they planned for another superstar to step in. Well, when Nicholls was rolling the balls again, because he was just going to pick a random superstar, to be fair, The Miz was begging him for an opportunity, and Nick wouldn't. R-Truth distracted Nicholls about his balls and had this whole comedic scene. Miz swapped the papers, and Miz turned out to be the opponent. Now, this still left me on the fence, because this could have been their alternative to Sheamus legitimately being injured. Which means if Sheamus is legitimately injured, they need an opponent to step in. LA Knight still wins, because LA Knight was originally meant to win. But if Sheamus was meant to win and they needed someone to step in his place, and they chose The Miz, but then they still had LA Knight win, that makes no sense to me. Because like I said, The Miz makes sense to face John Cena in his last match, given that he's never had a match with Cena on this retirement tour, and he's one of his biggest rivals of all time. You're talking Randy Orton's his biggest rival of all time, just because of the amount of matches. The amount of feuds The Miz and John Cena have had is unfathomable, right? And you are not having this guy have one match with him in his last year, and the only opportunity is his last match. He lost in the first round, he gets reinstated for the second match, and you have him lose again to another superstar who I don't think... Not that he doesn't deserve to, but I don't think needs to be in this tournament. There's no history. Well, there's a slight bit of history between LA Knight and John Cena, just like there is with Jey Uso, but not enough to say this is significant enough. It's not like it's a dream match that we've never seen. It's not like it's a title opportunity that makes sense. It's not like it's a historic feud that makes sense. It's just a superstar you want to push that you're putting in there. The Miz would have made sense. The fact that they had him lose to Jey Uso pissed me off, but the fact that they reinstated him to lose to LA Knight, next level, man. Genuinely so mad about that. And if this was a planned injury, to have The Miz step back in to fool us all again and have LA Knight win, that's... The knife was already in with Jey Uso, and now they're just twisting it. Like, that is... So it's confirmed. Semi-finals, Jey versus LA Knight. honestly don't care who wins that match. Honestly, you know, LA Knight, just win it, please. I can't be arsed. Because if Jey Uso's in that final, I don't trust what they're going to do. At least if LA Knight's in the match, I can believe he's going to lose a bit more. And then the other semi-finals, Solo and Gunther, which I like both those two. I don't want Solo to win the tournament, but I like what they're doing with Solo. So it's obviously going to be Gunther in the final against either Jey or LA Knight. If Gunther does not win this tournament, or there's not some surprise appearance from someone we actually really want to win this tournament, I'm not saying it has to be Edge, but, you know, maybe Randy Orton, maybe. Even though we've had that match, I don't mind it. Even, like, The Miz for the third time getting reinstated. Gunther's the only person left in this tournament that I would like to see to face Cena in his last match, because that would make more sense, because he's a dominant guy who needs big wins, who's already retired Goldberg. Retiring John Cena makes sense. And given that he's had all these titles, he's had all these accomplishments, and right now a lot of divisions are stacked, this is an achievement to add to that, to keep him busy, keep him hot. But we're just gonna let's just see what happens, because my patience is wearing thin, and we're 2 weeks away. We're legitimately 2 weeks away. So I think next week all the semi-finals will be done, and then it will be the week of the match that final is happening. I'll be shitting bricks. We've not got enough time to switch this up. We have potentially one episode, you know, like a semi-final on Raw, a semi-final on SmackDown, then it's the week of, and we have Raw, and then maybe SmackDown to switch it up, or Raw to switch it up, and then SmackDown have the match. I'm panicking. I am panicking. Anyways, Chelsea Green finally came out for her celebration. She didn't get it 2 weeks ago. She won the title 3 weeks ago, didn't get it 2 weeks ago, and then she was going to have it last week, but then she changed her mind. So she finally got it, and she didn't get interrupted by Julia. She didn't get interrupted by Kiana James, but she did get interrupted by Jade Cargill. If you remember, they had that interaction last week where she said she was the greatest champion. Jade Cargill obviously taking offense to anyone who thinks they're good at anything. And you know what? I like this new Jade Cargill. I like the dominance, the aggression, the fact that now that she's won that title, I never really wanted her to win that title, but now that she has, I'm loving it. Her gimmick's working, and she feels like a legit champion. So yeah, I fuck with it. And do you know what? If that means now we're getting Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green, both titles on the line, let's go. Jade Cargill can be double champ any day. And even if Chelsea pulls off some win, that would be amazing. Chelsea with the WWE title. It's what I've wanted for ages, man. What we're doing. Yeah. But apart from that, just 2 more matches to go. There was no United States Open Challenge this week, which is a shame, but it's because there was so many matches that had to happen. Like, both the Last Time Is Now tournament matches had to happen. The Advantage match for War Games had to happen, and the Survivor Series traditional 5-on-5 had to happen. So there was no United States Open Challenge, but Kathy Kelly did interview him about Tama Tonga, and we're setting that up for next week, or well, at some point. But then Tommaso Ciampa interrupted him, and Tommaso Ciampa wants it next week. And Ilya played along, still called him a jackass. And do you know what? I like this. They're treating, although the tag division died down a bit, they're treating the tag division as 2 good solo superstars who are teamed up. They give Fraxium the chance to shine one-on-one. They're giving DIY the chance to shine one-on-one. Even though Motor City Machine Guns are in a tag match, they're still kind of shining as one-on-one superstars. It's great. I think it works. And I can't wait. I do think Ilya should drop the title to either Tommaso Ciampa or Tama Tonga. I don't mind which one, genuinely, because having Tommaso Ciampa win that title, win a singles title, would be so great. That would take me back to Black and Gold NXT, like the days of NXT. Those were the shit, man. And but Tama Tonga's really, like, the way he's jacked, the way he's wrestling right now, the way they've built him up since he's returned, he suits winning that title. And if Solo and his group are taking over, Solo might be a world champion one day. They need a mid-card champion. They need tag team champions. And I feel like Tama Tonga and JC Mateo are going to win those any moment. But we'll get into that later. So there was none of that match this week. Anyways, and we had the build-up. I'm not going to talk about all the backstage segments because they were just meaningless. There was no sign of any of the men's War Games people on this episode apart from Jey Uso, which annoys me because we're going to be close by any other venue. If Jay can be there, one of the people can be there. It costs them that match against Rusev. Have a Rusev advance, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not bothered that Jey Uso beat Rusev, really. I was more bothered that Jey Uso beat The Miz. That's what annoyed me. Anyways, Charlotte Flair, Asuka advantage match, not a tag team match like the men had, one-on-one match. Charlotte Flair gets the win. The good team have the advantage. Makes sense given that the heel team for the men's have the advantage and the babyface team for the women's have the advantage. Yeah. And then it was just on the traditional 5-on-5 match. I mean, this has got to be one of my favourite matches of all time. Not this specific match, but the 5-on-5 stipulation. I love it. I love it. One of my favourite matches of all time is Survivor Series 2014, Team Cena versus Team Authority. It was the best match ever. I loved it. I love the fact that, and I think most tag team matches should be elimination. I mean, it's just so satisfying. Everyone gets pinned, everyone beats everyone. It's not like, oh, one person out of the 5 can pin another out of the 5 and then they win. I hate that. I hate that. And I like how they formed this team. But I did kind of say how I find it quite annoying the way Sami Zayn just goes on sometimes. Like, it's so dramatic every time and it's so predictable. Like, you could literally, like, beat him in a match and he'd just cut a passionate promo. It's just, like, it gets a bit annoying sometimes. So I was hoping he'd get eliminated first, but he didn't. Tonga Loa got some time to shine in the ring. Lots of people got their time to shine. I mean, this really, like, put me on everyone. The only person who didn't really get much time to shine was Shinsuke Nakamura. Motor City Machine Guns eliminated JC Mateo first. Not bothered by that. Like, he's the most boring guy there. Get him out. Shinsuke Nakamura was the next one eliminated. Shame. But Tama Tonga got the elimination. Big ups for Tama Tonga. Next, it was Tonga Loa getting eliminated by Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix, by the way, we just have to appreciate how good of a wrestler he is. Like, we all know he's not had the Penta push since he's got here because WWE tried to treat him the same they did as Penta and it just wasn't the same because they're not the same guy. I know they used to be tag team partners, but they're not the same. But man, that guy's just incredible in the ring. We need to appreciate it. And he eliminated Tonga Loa. I actually like Tonga Loa. A lot of people don't. I do. Because I feel like he's better than he gets credit for. He's not amazing. I'll get you that. Because when he did lose, he did just like... Because he lost by roll-up, you know. It's not like he's just been pinned. He lost by roll-up. He needs to get up, act surprised, and then like kick off while he's out there. But he just got rolled up. Got up and walked out the ring and walked out. Didn't fight anyone. Didn't argue. Nothing. Kind of just dropped his character the second his duties were done. It was like... You shouldn't drop the character till you walk through the curtain, you know what I mean? Anyways. Next to be eliminated was both members of the Motor City Machine Guns. Tama Tonga finally tagged himself in. Chokeslammed Alex Shelley on the apron, got him eliminated. Next, Chris Sabin immediately after tried to go after him, and Tama Tonga had him quickly disposed of. And then Rey Fenix did a great job of fighting back all three because now it was 3-on-2. And Rey Fenix beat the shit out of all three. And this is when I'm just like, what the fuck? And then eventually just ran into that elbow from Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga's better in the ring than I realised as well. I don't know if it's since he was injured and he put on all that weight, he's gotten more time to shine or he's gotten better. But he's incredible. And the way he disposed of Rey Fenix, I was like, yeah, respect. And then it was down 3-1, Sami Zayn, last man left. And I could have bet my house on this. Sami Zayn would be the last man left and then he'd eliminate everyone but one person. And that's what he did. You know, same sequence that people never see coming, but it happens all the time. Tama Tonga runs, splashes Zayn in the corner, does it a second time, and, you know, logic says, oh, do it a third time. And then magically on the third time, despite being hit twice very hard, the third time you've somehow got more health to move out, or, well, follow him, and hit him with the haluva kick, and then he gets the pin. Whoa, good for Sami Zayn. And then Tama Tonga's fighting him, rest counting dead quick while they're outside the ring. Tama Tonga misses a kick, falls behind the barricade. Sami Zayn gets in the ring, 2 seconds left to go. Tama Tonga's counted out, shock. Down to Sami and Solo. And then right before Solo beats Sami, there's a bit of a botched kick out from Solo, which ruins his momentum when he hits that spike and gets the win. But I'm glad Team MFT got the win because they deserved it. They need to be pushed, genuinely. And don't say this squashed the rest of them because it didn't. We all know Sami's getting pushed ridiculously, like pinning all them. Not, come on, not needed. Rey Fenix, Motor City Machine Guns got their time to shine. Shinsuke, not so much, but we all sort of respect Shinsuke. I think even though Motor City Machine Guns and Rey Fenix have respect outside of WWE, I feel like some of the WWE audience who don't watch other wrestling promotions, including myself, but I feel like I'm more open because I have done previously. You know, people don't often respect these guys and don't know their backgrounds and what they're capable of, and this is their time to shine. But I'm glad MFT got the win. Solo got the win for them, and then right after the win, lights went out. Wyatt 6 show up. And finally, I mean, this felt like the match that should have happened at Survivor Series, but it doesn't necessarily make sense because Wyatt 6 has 4 male members and MFT have 5. But they all showed up on the apron, and we've seen the last 3. We've all seen the 3 guys and Nikki Cross showing up the last few weeks and all that, but we've not seen Uncle Howdy. He's been the one missing. And he showed up, he returned, hit Sister Abigail on Solo Sikoa. I'm guessing that's the war we're going to get next. I don't know who I want to win that war because I like the Wyatt characters, and WWE dropped the ball with The Fiend, and we don't want them to drop the ball with the Wyatt 6. They kind of already have. But I do believe the MFTs will win those tag team titles, though, off of the Wyatt 6. That will happen, absolutely. But I'm up for the Wyatts winning this whole feud because let's put some respect on their names. And I hope they're baby faces again. And going back to their original storyline, when they showed up on Monday Night Raw, they were going after people who backstabbed their friends. You know, they were going to be a good character since they had the people behind them since Bray's passing, you know. But since it came to SmackDown, they've been heels and they've been trying to tear people apart instead of going after people who stabbed their friends in the back. Doesn't make sense. So I'm hoping they're back to them ways. And I'm hoping we'll figure out the 5th man situation. Because it's going to be quite annoying if it's 5v4 all the time, you know. But let's not just add some random guy on the end. Let's make somebody make sense. Bring Braun Strowman back. He was a part of the Wyatt family. Black Sheep's back. Do you know what I mean? That makes sense. But anyways, that's my thoughts and opinions on SmackDown. Match of the night. 5v5. Obvious layup. Not too happy with some of the results. I'm happy MFT's won. You know, not bothered about the advantage match though. That could have went either way and I wouldn't have cared. Mad about the last time is now tournament. But thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.